with people doubting me is to where I'm going to prove them wrong. But I'm not just doing it just for you. You know what I mean? I'm doing it for myself too, because whenever you're playing and even in life, like you're going to have doubts in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me not getting the recognition that I wanted. I was like, oh, could I do this? That's part of being a person. You know, you're going to doubt yourself. But then again, I'm also doing it for myself.
Welcome to the Introspective Podcast, a series of insightful conversations where aspiring individuals reflect, engage, and share their journeys. For most of us, life is filled with hustling and bustling with little to no time for stillness or to make sense of the winding roads that got us here. So tune in, because we're going to dig deep on what the pursuit of happiness really means and what often gets in the way of unlocking our greatness. Ladies and Southern gentlemen, my name is Andre Kahn Jr., and welcome to the Introspective Podcast. Gotta be honest with you, this guy is so impressive, man. And let me tell you why he's impressive. This guy was an All-American in 2017. This guy was an All-American in 2020. This guy is tied #1 for interceptions throughout the entire nation this year. This guy takes all of this grit, this determination, this passion, this discipline, and he takes it off the field into this illustrious musical career where he writes, produces, mixes, and masters all of his own music and videos. He even released an album this year. It's called Complications, man. It's really dope. You should definitely check it out. This guy is going to the NFL for sure, but he's decided to level up his education and pursue a master's degree in project management. Just probably one of the most impressive young guys I've ever spoken with, man. And I really hope that y'all enjoy this podcast just as much as we did. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones, man, welcome to the Introspective Podcast. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
For those who don't know who Marcus Jones is, who is Marcus Jones?
Marcus Jones is a guy that was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Ended up moving a lot whenever my dad was in the military. So I ended up moving from Baton Rouge, Louisiana to Dayton, Ohio to Baton Rouge, Louisiana to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And then after that, Enterprise, Alabama. And then I did 2 years at Troy University. Then I ended up transferring and coming to UH.
Wow. Okay. So you said Fort. Was your dad in the military?
Military, Army.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So dad in the military, mom there as well. Sounds like you come from a 2-parent household.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so talk about that, man. What about the importance of having both parents in the household? How did that kind of shape how you feel your career has gone so far?
Basically, my mom taught me the ins and out of being responsible. You know, because being responsible is very important whenever you end up getting older and getting years upon your belt. My dad just taught me being a father and just owning up to what you do in life, and always, you know, you're going to go through things in life, but everything's going to be okay later on.
That's insane, man. Okay. And so just coming up and having that 2-parent household, and did they come to your games and everything? Like, were they there? Were they present?
Oh, always coming to the games. My mom was always the person that was rooting on, you know, basically not really verbally, but, you know, she holds it in and everything. And my dad was a coach. So he always coached me in everything that I did.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you realize that you were going to be good at football?
Whenever my dad told me that basically I was going to be small guy, but he seen the heart in me at a very young age, and he told me I'll be able to be successful in life by playing sports.
Okay. So it's not just football, though. You played other sports as well?
Yeah, I played other sports. I played basketball, baseball, ran track. Whenever I was around 4 years old, I started golfing and things of that nature. So I'm doing a whole bunch of all-around things. Okay.
So at what point did you say, all right, I don't want to do baseball, I want to do basketball, I want to do football?
Going into my 12th grade year, I ended up I rolled my ankle kind of bad in basketball. And I told my dad I wanted to go to college to play football, and he knew it. Kind of hurt him a little bit because he's a big basketball fan. But I basically informed him about that, and I was like, man, I'm going to go ahead and try to take the football thing all the way.
Okay, that's cool, man. So let me ask you this. In line with that, so you're coming out of your senior year and you end up at Troy. So tell me about your experience at Troy.
At first, I was committed to Purdue, but then I ended up decommitting. And then I ended up going to Troy. It's like 30 minutes from where I went to high school at.
Nice.
So right around the corner. So then my parents can go ahead and come to the game. You know, all my friends and family can come to the game too. And my freshman year, I had a lot of seniors and everything, you know, playing. So I just kept my head down and just kept, you know, getting in the weight room and doing whatever I can to get on the field.
Okay. So, man, look, let's see here. 2017 Sun Belt Freshman of the Year. 2017 All Sun Belt Second Team. 2017 ESPN Freshman All-America. 2017 FWAA Freshman. I don't even know what that is. Kickoff return. So, man, look, bro, you're enjoying all of this success at Troy, and then you end up transferring. How do you come from being there and having so much success to going over to U of H, right, which is a much better school, going over to U of H and not having the big head, man? Like, so what's humbled you? What's kept you humbled this whole time?
Basically my parents as a whole, because they taught me at a young age, you know, about being humble. So, you know, you do something successful one time, no matter what you do, you know, people want to see it over and over and over again. And I always got my head down and always working. So it was basically from, you know, getting all the recognition and everything at Troy, I'm going to a higher stage, you know, playing in a bigger conference. So it was just all about starting over. And I had to sit out 19 because of the transfer rule. So that was one of those situations, you know, I had to go through scout team and everything. But it wasn't something to where I like to think about controlling the controllables. So it was one of those situations I can't play, but what I can control is my off-season workout and put my head down and keep grinding.
So you talked about controlling the controllables.
Yeah.
Bro, that is so important. And I mean, you're obviously going to see that throughout the rest of your career, not only just in football on the field, but also off the field. Now, talk to me about that. Like, I know you said your parents kind of pointed that out to you, but what's something that's happened that was completely beyond your control that you realized, okay, this is the moment where I got to put this into place, controlling the controllable?
I basically say the year of 19, you know, that was one challenging, you know, because I couldn't play. So I had to basically be under the scene. And I'm okay with people not knowing, you know, how good I am in football and everything because, like I said, control the controllable. So it was just one of those situations to where I'm getting ahead in school, and I take my school very seriously. Getting ahead in school and also working on off-season, working on little things that I can be a better DB or a better receiver, just being better as a player, but not only a player, but also person.
Okay, what does that mean to you? You said be better as a player, but also a person. What does that mean to you?
Being supportive, you know, with your other teammates. Even though, you know, you can't play on the field, what you can do is help them at practice so they can prepare to play the team that they have to play the next week. And also as a person, you know, just basically doing what I can to help people be successful.
Okay, so you're obviously a standout athlete. You're the man. You know, you're best player on the team, right? So tell me about a time where you weren't the best guy and maybe somebody you had to be like, all right, well, you better than me at this. You know, how did you deal with that internally? Like, take us inside there.
Basically, the first year whenever I ended up playing at Troy, that was the first year because I was still young and everything. I mean, I was successful my first year, but they had other players that was, you know, bigger, faster, and stronger. And they had this one guy named Blaze Brown. He was a DB.
Blaze?
Blaze.
Oh, Blaze.
Yeah, Blaze Brown. Yeah. And I was more athletic than him, but he taught me the ins and outs of watching film. You know, in high school, most people just go out there and just play whenever they want to play and everything. But he kind of took me under his wing and showed me the ins and outs of watching film so that I could be prepared for the game, you know, knowing what formation peoples are in and just knowing what comes during certain times and what offenses like to do in general. So I'm very thankful for him, for sure.
Wow. Okay. So sounds like you had a mentor, somebody, you know, kind of peer mentor, maybe took you under his wing. So I'm going to push you here, man. Who are you doing that for?
Who I'm doing it for?
Who are you doing that for?
All this for.
No, who are you doing it for? Like, who are you helping? Who are you mentoring right now?
Oh, I'm helping guys that's my age. One person would be, I'm helping Pepe Williams. That's another cornerback that plays for University of Houston. That's one guy, you know, we always watch film together. And also another one of my friends, Chandler Smith, not just only like on the football field, but also like in life, you know, anytime that he needs my help and everything, I give it to him. Assistance, anytime he need a ride somewhere, I give it to him. So just being me, I just think about bigger than football. It's not always about football, you know, it's just about life because you give good things good things gonna come back.
Oh man, that's good. That's good, bro. Like I honestly, I've heard your reputation precedes you, right? You know, we got some time to kick it a little bit before we got started, but
Yeah.
One thing that your teammates, your coaches, any fans, people that I bump into, bro, they love you, bro, and I'm starting to see why. I'm starting to see why, man. You're a solid dude, bro. You're a solid dude. So let's talk about school real quick. So we talked about the importance of mentorship. We talked about the importance of controlling or only controlling or worrying about things that you can control, and not worrying about the things that you can't. You have an opportunity now to pursue your master's degree, right? Mm-hmm. So what are you majoring in right now?
I'm working on my master's, and it's project management.
Nice.
I graduated with a sociology degree, and my minor was psychology. So I took a little different route. I love to understand people and get to know the ins and outs of people in general. And then my master's, I want to work on the business side. Like I was thinking about doing working on sports facilities. Even though, eventually, sports have to go away and I won't be able to physically work. But later on in life, I can help people by building different facilities and helping not just only football, but just any sport in general.
Wow, that's insane, man. So you're a Libra, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on the verge, though. Some people say I'm a Scorpio. Some people say I'm a Libra. I don't know.
Bro, you're a Libra, okay?
Okay.
And I'm telling you because I was also a sociology major and kind of same thing. I saw a lot of my teammates, they went kinesiology. They did, some things that were more sports geared and sports related. I think that's phenomenal. But hearing your experiences and how you support people and how you bring people up that are maybe not doing as well as you are right now, and also how you seek out help in the other way, all of those dynamics, that's all sociology. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
So hearing that from you, man, that actually doesn't surprise me at all. So finish this statement. A jack of all trades is
Marcus Jones.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. No, that's not the phrase. All right. But that's true. Jack of all trades is a master of none, right? Is what people usually say. But the whole phrase, the whole saying is a jack of all trades is a master of none, but often greater than the master of one. Right. Mm-hmm. So you play all three sides of the ball, and just kind of what I'm seeing in life is you're a pretty well-rounded guy.
That's
right?
what I want to be.
Right? So talk to me about that, man. Offense, defense, special teams. What's your favorite side of the ball and why?
My favorite side of the ball is for sure defense because it's just the knowing of not knowing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's one of those situations you don't really know what's going on, but whenever you stop it or you catch an interception or something like that, it's out of nowhere. People don't really typically think that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And basically, punt return, too. I like punt return because you got to react. Wherever the punter ends up punting it, you got to catch the ball and you got to do what you got to do and get vertical.
Okay. So this question actually came from a fan, Brian in Dallas, Texas. He said, so walk us through the mentality of, say you're on punt return and that ball is, the ball's kicked, and you're looking up in the air and the ball's just hanging there. Maybe it's even drizzling a little bit and you're seeing those guys three times your size running in your direction. What are you feeling right in that moment?
First thing, adrenaline, for sure. It's one of those situations to where people are coming and they're trying to come basically take your head off. So usually I try to go ahead and track the ball first, see where it's going, see the nose of the ball so that I know where it's end up going. And then typically, depending on who's coming down, which is a skill player, most of the time it's a gunner. They get down there first. I try to catch the ball, make the first guy miss. Usually whenever you make the first two guys miss, then you can try to hit a seam and get vertical. But it doesn't work like that all the time. It doesn't work like that all the time. But typically you got to go ahead and get vertical because if you try to outrun all the time, it's not going to be successful.
That's good, man. And you know what's wild is I'm asking you these questions, and football is a game of life. Mm-hmm. Right. So you talked about the guys that you're helping, learning through film and study. You talk about, your adrenaline pumping and you're having, this ball coming in your direction, right? And all these other players coming at you, and I see a lot of that as even the jack of all trades thing, right? I see a lot of that as life, and the reality is in life, you're going to have an opportunity that is being kicked in your direction, right? There's going to be people who don't want to see you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And it is your job to avoid all of those people or those obstacles and, obviously make it to your goal. So what's one thing that football has taught you about life, as a young man and then obviously as the man that you're becoming?
That basically people going to love you, but then there's also going to be hate.
Mm.
There's people that's going to be bandwagon. I mean, it happens. They're going to love you, but as soon as you do one thing wrong, they're quick to bash you. They're like, oh, okay, you're not doing this right, you're not doing that right. But it comes back to controlling the controllables. People wasn't there whenever you was working late at night with your porch light on over there trying to do footwork drills and everything like that. They don't know anything about that. They just see what happens on Saturdays. So if you always basically work ready and you always stay up on what you can control, those other things on Saturday and everything like that should be a good outcome.
Wow. So your dad would have rather you said, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Since he likes basketball so much. No, man, that is, speaking of Rick Ross, man, that's really cool, bro. I think that it's so important to understand that people are going to love you, people are going to hate you. You know what I mean? Like people are going to hate you for no reason.
Yeah.
People are going to not like you just because you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're good at what you do and you're sharp and you got your degree and you do all this other stuff. People just not going to like you.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but a lot of people don't really get that until later on in life when, they're trying to please everyone. So that's good, man. I'm glad that football has taught you that. But speaking of, you went with me shooting in the gym. Bro, you got a musical career too?
Yeah.
Like, what don't you do, man? You know what I mean? Like, talk to me about that.
Basically, at a young age, my dad used to always have people come through and just mess around with music. They'll freestyle on the track and all types of stuff. But I wasn't worried about that. I was playing the video game and everything. And my dad used to have turntables at the house too. So when I was little, I used to play around with those.
Like the old school records?
Old school records.
Like, I mean, but did he have the turntable that he would scratch? Was he a DJ?
No, he wasn't a DJ, but he was just at the crib acting like he a DJ.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like it was one of those situations, one of those hobbies that he loved to do. And as time went on, one of my bros, he was talking about making beats. I was like, making beats? Like, you talking about like beats? He was like, yeah, bro. Like he was showing me FL at the time, which I knew about it because my dad was messing around with it.
Okay.
So he was talking about that. And I was just like, got back to the crib. I was like, man, let me download something real quick. I look kind of interested, so I started playing around with Logic. I had a MacBook at the time, so I ended up getting Logic, started making beats and everything. And I was like, all right. But I ain't got no vocals on it.
Oh.
I'm making some beats, but they pretty good, but I ain't got no vocals on it. So my dad had mics and I started recording myself a little bit. I wasn't putting stuff out. I was just recording, learning how the ins and out of reverb, delay, compression, things of that nature. And then I ended up messing around and started making a little something.
Nice, man. Okay. So, they always say look, don't shape your answer based on what I'm about to say. Okay. Mm-hmm. I want you to give me your real authentic, whatever you think. All right. Yeah. But they always say some of the best artists, they have, maybe like an eclectic group of music that they listen to. I think I know who your favorite artist is, but give me your top 3, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
All right, 3. I'll have to say Lucky Day.
Lucky Day, okay.
Lucky Day, I'll say 3. 2, think about 2. I say Chris Brown.
Chris Brown, okay.
Chris Brown.
Okay.
I say Chris Brown.
All right.
And then number 1 and only, Drake.
Oh yeah, man. Okay.
Yeah,
I got you. So let me tell you something about that, bro. Like, and what I can appreciate about your list is all 3 of those dudes embody so many other forms of music and genres and people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I listen to Chris Brown. I'm thinking Chris Brown. I'm thinking Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking the Isley Brothers in a way. I'm thinking of a bunch of different music, in some ways, in some of his more edgy, things. I'm thinking of some of the rock music that I've heard too before. Okay. So with Drake being like your number 1 favorite artist, why? Why does he inspire you? Does his story inspire you? Is it just the music or what?
It's basically how he puts projects together. You know, you never know what he gonna come out with. He used to be, and he started on his own little vibe too. You know, that Toronto type style sample and, you know, slow-mo, make you feel atmospheric and everything. Like, it was one of those to where whenever he drops something, you always asking like, what is it gonna be? And I like that. I don't really like when people know whatever I'm finna drop and things of that sort. I don't really like that. I like to surprise you.
Nice, man. Okay, so I was able to listen to a couple of tracks, and so what's your favorite track? What's the favorite project? Your favorite project that you've ever done?
My favorite project, I have to say, Jam. That was my favorite song. Yeah,
okay,
Jam.
okay. I like Bad Boy.
Bad Boy, yeah.
I was like, well, what you doing, boy?
Everybody
what you
like
doing,
that song.
boy? Hey, you know, I really liked it, man. So tell me about Jam. Like, how'd you come up with the concept for that?
With the concept with that one, I actually was getting to know somebody at the time and everything. It wasn't nothing serious or anything. Okay. But I seen basically how she was, you know, working and everything like that, late night shifts and stuff. And usually I don't have to like somebody to make a song or anything. But it was one of those situations to where it made me think of a story to where I could tell a story. Which, like, most people, you know, with music, people be thinking everything has to be real and everything. Like, it doesn't have to be real. Music is a creative process. So you could tell stories about it and everything like that, because I'm not out here talking about I'm a gangster and everything. That's not me. No, I'm not that. But it's just where you could basically start from scratch and put it all together. That's a project.
Nice, man. Okay. And that's self-actualization that you're talking about. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of dudes out here that's in the game and they're like, oh, you know, you listen to the music and you're like, this not adding up.
Yeah.
You see them, you listen to music, hey, brothers ain't adding up. So no, that's good, man. And your boy talks about that too, Drake. You know, he say, I made this song for you. You know who you are. You know, and that could literally be anyone.
Be anybody.
You know what I mean?
I love whenever, you know, you make a song and then people be like, oh, he talking about me. He talking about me. He talking about me. Like, you know what I mean? So I done seen plenty of people be like that, you know, and I just love to make people feel like they're not the only person going through whatever they're going through.
That's good, man. So you use your music to touch, use your music to reach out. Okay. So that, bro, when I tell you I'm so excited about your musical career as well, because, you know, we talked about this jack of all trades, master of none thing, often greater than master of one. Here's the reality. At some point, the lights are going to go off, right? In football, at some point, you're just not going to be able to play anymore.
Yeah.
And you can have a career ending, God forbid, ever in any time soon, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
You could be old and gray and decide to walk away from the game. And at that point, I know you're studying project management, but where do you see music fitting into that equation? Like, say you go to the league, you know, the next couple of years. Like, where do you see music fitting into that equation? How do you manage time for that?
Basically time management. I've been real good with that. That's one thing that I always tend to value, because you got to know what's going on certain days. But typically I want to just collab and meet new people and make different type of music and production, whether it's production, songwriting, making other songs or collabing on albums. I just want to reach to other people and basically tell them stories to where they feel more comfortable about situations. And like I said, they're not the only person that's going through whatever they're going through, whether it's good or bad.
That's dope, man. That's dope. How do you stay organized?
Usually I stay organized with schedules. You know, I'm one of those people to where I can understand and know what's going on in the top of my head. But then again, you know, the mind messes up sometimes. So I usually try to stay on schedule with either an app or, you know, Excel or anything like that.
That's dope, man. I got to be honest with you, bro. Like, we're talking about this a second ago. When we're in college,
none of that.
Bro, when I tell you no Outlook, no nothing, like we would literally wake up and we're like, all right, well, we got this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and then we're asleep, right?
Yeah.
And then we wake up and do it all over again. So seeing that you are a collegiate athlete, you're obviously here doing this with us, man. And like I said, we wanted to bring you on here and just kind of really put your talents on display. And man, you're doing a very good job of that. And you also have your musical career and all of these other things that you're doing with grad school. My God, we didn't even mention school. You know what I mean? But so balancing all of that, again, looks a lot like life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you doing that well now, it's going to be such an easier transition for you whenever you make it to the next level. So man, tell me about this. We talked about music. We talked about your different sides of the ball. We talked about your story, just kind of where you came from, man. Baton Rouge, oh God, I'm gonna have to hear from the. So I got a group of my teammates. We still keep in contact, and we always argue who's, what state produces the best athletes. Louisiana, Florida. I'm sorry, let me put that in order. Florida, Louisiana, or Texas. So I'm out to hear from them.
Yeah.
So some people are motivated by, praise, right? Some people, their love language is words of affirmation, right? Some people are motivated by doubt when people doubt them,
Love that one.
Oh, that's yours.
Love that one. That's one of them. Because I wasn't highly recruited in high school, and I was small, real small, and people, basically at the DB position, coaches want 6 foot, guys that's got some length to them and everything, and I ain't have that. But one thing I did have was, what I do have still is quickness and be able to change direction, things like that. So that's the main thing that I was happy about, and basically, with people doubting me, it's to where I'm gonna prove them wrong, but I'm not just doing it just for you. You know what I mean? I'm doing it for myself too, because whenever you're playing and even in life, like you're gonna have doubts in yourself. Mm-hmm. Not getting the recognition that I wanted. I was like, could I do this? That's part of being a person. You're gonna doubt yourself, but then again, I'm also doing it for myself. So
that's good, man. Okay, and you're right. When it comes to size on a DB, I don't know when that came in. I feel like Antonio Cromartie was probably one of the first like tall cornerbacks, and he was a guy who played from Florida State forever ago and had 32 kids. But I think that's really good, man, that that and understand that about yourself, because again, man, in the game of life, people are going to doubt you all the time. Literally all day, every day. Jesus had to prove himself. You know what I'm saying? So what chance do you have? Yeah. Right? So I think that's good. Now, you said that's one of them. Mm-hmm. What's another motivator for you?
I got a son on the way. Yeah.
Oh, wow. You heard it first.
Yeah.
Right here on the Introspective Podcast. Okay, let's go, man. Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Man. Whew. Wow. Okay. Man, that's huge, bro. Yeah. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so, as parents, we try to plan our kids' lives, and, obviously that's not how things always turn out. Yeah. You turned out great, but so if you could make plans for your guy, what would those plans look like? Or if you could set him up in a way, how would you want to do that?
Basically, I just want to set him up to have a successful life, whether, he likes sports or not. No matter what it is, I just want him to be happy in whatever he's doing. So that's the main thing. And my dad taught me always, to basically, he showed me the ways of being a great father. So I'm definitely going to do the same thing to my son. And his due date is like January 15th, around there. He's giving his mama a hard time, so, we don't know.
Like January 15th, coming up?
Coming up.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Man, we might be somewhere in the boat. All right. Well then, that's gonna be interesting, man. Wow, man. Like, bro, you're about to embark upon one of the greatest journeys you've ever had. You're about to really see what the true test of a man is like. You're about to enter one of the most prestigious fraternities that there are, man. And being a father, man, I am so excited for you, bro. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again.
I'm excited too.
Congratulations again, man. Okay, so, man, I wish we had more time. I told the guys I wasn't gonna keep you too long, man, because there's obviously 1,000 things that we could sit here and talk about. But I want to know this, man. I know you have one brother who's older than you, right? If you had a younger brother, right? Or let's talk about your son, right? Your son is entering his freshman year, and your son is entering his freshman year in high school. Okay. What advice would you give him? And not just about sports, just about everything.
In life, yeah. Basically, the main thing is education. You got to go to high school, so why not learn something? You know what I mean? That's a big thing, because whenever you go into high school and you got to go to high school and everything like that, like learn something. You don't have to know everything. The human mind can't know everything. But what you can do is, that's whenever the controllable things come back into play. That's why I love that saying so much. Because even though you're going to have hard days and everything like that, you're not going to pass every test. But the effort is what counts. So that's the main thing.
That's the main thing. Learn something. Okay. So let's say same thing. He's heading into his freshman year. He's heading into his freshman year of college.
Okay.
Right. So if he learned something into college, what else would you tell him to do?
Understand who you hang around. That's the main thing. You are what you hang around. So if you hang around with guys that, causes trouble gonna come find you. That's a big thing. That's a big thing.
Man, you are such a solid dude, bro. Because I'm sitting here thinking about how we got shot at in college, man. All these random fights for no reason. You know what I mean? Like just stupid stuff, man. And I know you're a little older now, and maybe all that stuff's behind you. But so, what taught you that? I'm just curious. Understand? You don't have to say any names if you don't want to.
No, I ain't gonna say no names. But it's just one of those situations to where you hear stories from friends, and it's like it hits you and like, I don't want to be in something like that. I don't want to ruin what I've built upon and mess up things that can happen for the future. So that's big thing.
Wow, man, bro. Okay, so you got all this stuff going on, right? God has blessed you with amazing athletic talent. That's only rivaled by your academic career and your musical career. Where can people find you? I mean, obviously, they know who Marcus Jones, the football player, is. Where can they find you, like, for your music stuff?
You can find me on Apple Music. You can find me on Spotify, YouTube, whatever. I go by Elliot J.
I'm so excited for you. Like, when I tell you the things that you're going to accomplish over the next couple of years, we wanted to do this podcast so that you can sit back in 5-6 years and say, man, that was dope. That was cool. We want to show your son like the different things that you're learning and have learned, and the stuff that your family has imparted on you. And most of all, man, I think the world needs to see more guys that look like you and hear what you have to say, because this is all happening for you right now. Like, the Introspective Podcast is usually just some old heads. We'll get on here and we'll talk about what they've done over the course of their career of 10, 20 years and maybe what people can take away. But you're literally doing it right now. You're in your curve right now. Like, you're here, bro. You're going to be here, So
trying to get there.
Right. But you got it together, man. Stay humble. You know what I mean? Keep getting after it. And what we're going to do is, we're going to learn something new about you, and maybe some goals that you have for yourself, and we're going to get on out of here. So, what is something you want people to know about Marcus Jones that they don't know?
I want them to know that basically that, of course, I'm a collegiate athlete. I want to go to the NFL and everything, but that's not the only thing that I'm living for. Some people basically be like, that play sports, hey, I got the NFL or I ain't got nothing, which I understand. People's lives are different, so I understand. But my eggs aren't all in one pot. I have different things to where I like to play around with and learn and everything. So I'm a real interesting person. Most people think that I should live my life around football, but that's not the case.
The spirit of Third Ward, like, a lot of times you can see it in y'all boys when you're on the field. Like, when y'all were playing Texas Tech, even though we didn't win that game, I was physically there, man, front and center, right? But when I went home is where I really saw the game. I watched it and replayed it, and boys are just out there like bullying those dudes, man,
flying around.
So no, I'm just saying, like, I'm excited about this game. I'm excited for y'all, man, because this is special. And then Big 12, how you feel about that?
Oh yeah, I mean, they were actually talking about that whenever I wasn't even there yet, and whenever I got there, they was talking about it too. I didn't think it was gonna happen so soon. That they was gonna sign the paperwork and everything. I didn't think, but I'm happy about it, because being in an American conference, I mean, college football, you know, they kind of disrespect us. You know how it is, you know, American kind of Power Absolutely. 6, you know, you're not Power 5, then they don't really respect you. But, you know, getting up to, you know, Power 5 helps the university. And every sport that's at the university either challenging to try to win a championship or they're winning them. You know, we got the track team.
Yep.
Real good.
Yep.
Basketball, real good. So, you know, like it's just one of those situations to where we're trying to get more respect. And we should get it, you know.
Because we're already a powerhouse academically, right? Number one.
Yeah.
We could do better with our endowment and our alumni. Number two.
Working on that.
Right. But you hit the nail on the head, man. Football is there. Like, and think about this as a kid. If you have the opportunity to come to Houston or stay in Houston, where we have all these other businesses and these opportunities right after school, where you build your network.
Stay right here.
You stay right here. Why you want to go to, you know, why you want to go to the country? Let's just say that. Why you want to go to the country and where there's nothing around? You know what I mean? Instead of just staying here in the city, man. Because here's the other thing too that people don't think about. In college, where you build your network is out. You know, when you graduate, it's like, all right, well, if you move to another city, your network is here.
You got to start back over and everything like that whenever you move somewhere. But the thing is, like, people don't really understand it while they're in college, but the connections in Houston will be there forever.
Yeah.
Like, these are lifetime connections here.
Yeah.
And also, like, so many people here to where once you talk to one person, next thing you know, it goes to 10.
Yeah.
Then it goes to 50.
Yeah.
Then it goes to hundreds. So it's one of those situations to where whenever you're in college, don't try to meet people after college. College is literally here so then you can meet people, understand, you know, talk to other students and, you know, things like that to where whenever you get done with college, you already got something going.
Bro, what planet are you from? What planet are you from, man? I'm serious, bro, because I've talked to a lot of college students, and I'm starting to be an old man at this point. You know, I just be looking at people like, bro, you have no idea the opportunity that you have right now, right in front of you, especially as a collegiate athlete, especially if you're at least good. You know what I mean? Like, if you're on the team, period. Like, people are going to be like, oh, okay, you play for U of H. Hey, let me, you know, I can't tell you how many people did that, like in school. And, you know, Ron Yokobiowski, Brian Poole, Howard Lorch, these guys were all like huge U of H alum. They follow all the rules, but they did introduce me to people, you know, Keith Jenkins, man, Ted Pardee, like they introduced me to all these people who eventually gave me opportunities out, you know, once I graduated. So, bro, even if you don't go to the NFL, you're going to go to the NFL. But even if you don't, like, with you getting your degree and you taking your education so seriously, that is so important. I wish more guys would understand that, man. Like, and it's getting paid for.
Yeah, that's the big thing. That's what I try to tell my teammates most of the time. I be like, bro, think about it. You're not paying for the college. So like I said, at least learn something or even connect with people. You know, you could just be there and get to know somebody, you know, follow them on Instagram. You in the same class, say that you got the same major, that person end up, you know, making their own business or get connected with somebody that has a big business. Now, just because you playing football and your name's well known, now they want to work with you. Nowadays, it don't matter what degree you got.
Nope.
It's who you know.
Exactly. You need this. It's a piece of paper, man.
Yeah.
Saying that you dedicated yourself to something for 4 years, or in your case, 6 years of grad school. Dang, man, we're supposed to be wrapped up. Man. But man, again, I appreciate you coming on, bro. Like, this is going to be really good. You excited for the rest of the shoot and everything?
Oh, yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm ready for that. I'm ready.
Okay, yeah, we're going to get you some good looks, man. You're going to be looking like a true Southern gentleman. You know what I mean? Now, before we let you go, not taking Louisiana out of it, have you ever had any guys from Florida on any team that you played for?
Oh, yeah, Florida for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
And you've had guys from Texas on your team. I got to ask you, which state had the better athletes?
Better athletes. I had to say Florida.
Let's go, man. Hey, I told you we like this guy. I told you we like this guy.
I had to say Florida.
I told you we like this guy. Hey, and you know what? We gonna cut with that. Spike, we good? We gonna cut with that. We gonna cut with that, man. Let's get out of here, bro. Like I said, man. Marcus Jones, everybody. Marcus Jones. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you like comment, and subscribe. Again, I'm Andre Khan Jr. with the Introspective Podcast presented by Southern Gents. Aspire to inspire.